Everybody ready?
Coach Mack was saying that you thought you were going to the MLB probably. Were you thinking that as well? Was that kind of the plan?
I kind of just read it out. Obviously, it didn't happen. I'm glad I'm back here. I mean, I love this place. I love this team, and I'm glad to be a part of this team again. So I'm excited to make a run with the guys and try to do it again.
Did you get any calls?
I did not get any calls, no. But so what? We have a lot of sayings in here. So one of them, so what? Just move on. I was thinking about last year and reflecting on what our team could have done better, and I was happy that I'm able to come back and then also contribute to the team. And this, like I said earlier, this place is amazing. So
What stands? Sorry, go ahead.
No.
What stands out? You said things that y'all could do better. What stands out that can help y'all take that next step or two with this program? You're talented enough, it seems.
Yeah, obviously it's like pitching depth. I mean, I think just being healthy. That's been the big thing this year. Is just being healthy and having a full roster. It's like any sport. If you have guys that are injured or guys that can't play, they're not on the field, they're not going to contribute to the team. So that's the big thing. Making sure everyone's healthy.
Coach was talking about being tired of talking about Omaha. As a player, are you to that point where you're tired of talking about it? We need to prove it. We need to show it.
Yeah, definitely. As a senior, it's like at some point, it's like just do it. And that's kind of been the message this year. And I think it kind of speaks for itself. Like we're just going to put our product on the field, and I think capable of doing it. Our team's playing good. Now it's just not talking about it like BB says, doing it. So.
Did you try and modify anything in the offseason to stay healthy? Talking about just getting the season healthy?
A lot of it, Baggage talked about it, was obviously lifting, running, making sure that everybody is throwing, making sure everybody's lifting, staying in shape. That was a big one because when we get back here in January right now, we're ramping up. We need everyone to be healthy, and we have guys like Dane Moeller, guys that didn't contribute last year that are getting healthy and can really help us on the weekend. So that was just kind of some ways that we try to stay healthy over the break.
You guys added Nate Savoy just your early interaction with him. What do you think he will bring to the team this season?
Yeah, I think he's just a good dude. He's going to be on our side, and that's the guy we want. He hits 20 home runs, so he's definitely going to help us with power. And we're in a pretty small ballpark. It's not, it's the southeast. Ball's going to fly, so I think a lot of power. I think that'll be a big help. And then obviously he'll help with catching, and then I think all around, just depth in general. We're super deep this year. So.
How much did that last game, the way you played in that last game, kind of tick y'all off and maybe drive you to be better this year? Because that certainly was probably your worst game.
It definitely left a sour taste in our mouth. I just remember walking in the locker room and everybody was we were just mad. We were like, that's not what we were capable of. And I think this year we definitely have that in the back of our minds, but we're kind of, it's rearview mirror, front mirror, you're kind of looking ahead and you're not so much worried about what happened. You're worried about, all right, what's the future? So.
Obviously, throughout the season, from February till you get into tournament time, you guys obviously want to improve as the season goes on. And towards the end of the season, you kind of seem to take that next step.
Yeah.
When you reflect back on that and you think about that final third of the season, what was it that clicked for you that allowed you to take that next step and move forward?
Well, I think a lot of it's just the coaching staff here. They're going to help you in every aspect of the game. They're going to help you with scouting, making sure that the pitchers, hitters, the other team, but also preparing you before games, and even our strength coach, making sure that we're healthy, we feel good, and I think that's what helped just our entire team. Just we have a great group of support staff around us that just constantly help us and keep us healthy and then get us ready to play. So that's a big key.
Was there any point in time during the season last year leading up to that moment when you took that next step that you were just frustrated, it's just not working, something, and that you just managed to overcome or just stick with it?
Yeah, a lot of it's consistency. We preach just being consistent in your routines. Every day you show up and you do the same thing over and over and over again. We have a phrase here, it's do boring well. Do the boring stuff well, and then the result will happen on the field, and I think that's what happened last season.
JK, you
You've been a part of 4 teams, obviously 4 freshman classes have come in since you've been here. What kind of sets apart this team? How is it different? What's kind of the camaraderie level with this team?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the closeness of this team, like the way we obviously here, everybody's here at practice, but I mean, we hang out off the field, we're just friends. Like, it's like just a group of brothers. So I think how close we are is definitely the difference I've seen over the past 4 years. We're super, super tight-knit.
In college baseball today, what is the difference between a good and great team, and how are you guys more aware this year maybe of those intangibles and small things?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's handling failure. I mean, you compare it to football or basketball. I mean, you're not playing as many games. In baseball, you play a lot of games. You're gonna lose some. That's a part of it. But being able to bounce back from losses, and I mean, you take my sophomore year or my freshman year, we had rough stretches where we struggled. We were lost consecutive games, and we couldn't kind of figure that out. But I think just being able to handle losses, that's the biggest thing. And I think this year, I think we're really mentally tough, and I think we realized that from last year. We obviously had a sour taste in our mouth at the end. We didn't like the result, and we know that it's going to happen. We know we're going to lose. It's just, how do we bounce back? And I think a lot of us, older guys, we're mentally resilient. We're going to handle all the seniors. We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot of losses, a lot of heartbreak, like in postseason. So I think that's going to fuel us, this year.
I guess how did you become mentally tougher? How do you know that you guys are? What did you do to work on that, I guess?
A lot of it's like in the classroom, we talk about a lot of how do you handle failure, even in the game or in between games. So pitch to pitch, if you say you swing a ball in the dirt, or you make a bad pitch and the guy hits a home run, how do you get back to center? How do you handle maybe bad thoughts in your mind? And then obviously, how do you handle game to game? It's like, we just lost really bad. How do we get back on track? And I think even last year, we lost really bad at Georgia Tech, and we kind of reset. The whole team did a reset, and then we ended up taking the series from Georgia Tech. So I think a lot of it, the training comes from upstairs in the classroom, and then just the coaching staff. They really harp on how mentally resilient can you be.
I guess, was the last game an example of just not bouncing back that way? Is there all this soul searching after that?
Honestly, I don't really know. I mean, it feels like it's forever ago, and so I think a lot of the guys, the returning guys, we've kind of forgot about it a little bit. We're on this season. This is we're now, this is where our feet are. We're prepping for this season, and so I think that's kind of where we're at right now.
So you're a South Carolina guy. Is it ever weird that you look around and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in my last year playing baseball at Clemson? Do you ever have those moments?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the guys here, some of them I've known for 4 years, and I've created great relationships with everyone here, coaching staff. So yeah, it definitely, the thought comes through my head a few times, but I'm trying to be present, and obviously help this team, and it helps when all the guys are around me and they're like, hey, let's just have fun at practice today. So.
Go ahead.
Coach spoke about playing a team like Army, where one of the hardest parts or the easiest part of their day is going to a tough practice.
Yeah.
Playing a team like that to start the season, how do you approach that?
I think it's like every other game. We try and approach the game pretty much the same that we do practice, and we almost try and practice harder than the game, so that when we do get in the game, it's almost easy, and we're kind of on autopilot. So, we're approaching them like any other opponent. We know they're tough. It's Army, but we're just kind of approaching them like any other opponent.
Coach Baggers talks a lot about your work ethic. I guess if you were to kind of paint a picture of kind of what that looks like, is it just the weight room, getting up early?
It's honestly all of it, and it's all the guys too. I want to help, the team, and the guys push me too. If it's a group of guys in there and we're hitting late at night, or we're hitting early in the morning, or we're doing, extra work in the weight room, just the group of guys we have, we all push each other, and that's the fun part, is when everybody is all pushing each other. And so I think that helps me and that helps the team. So it's kind of two birds, one stone.
What time do you get up every morning?
Like any normal person, I'm up at 7:30. Nothing crazy, but yeah. Everyone has different class schedules, so yeah.
Is it kind of extra reps?
Some guy, I come in here and hit with some guys or before class. It's nothing crazy, but it's nice when you have guys that have similar schedules, and we practice in the afternoon. pretty much everyone has class in the morning, so certain groups of guys can come in and work. So that, like I said, that helps me, work on my process and helps me work. So.
Is there anybody growing up that instilled that in you?
Definitely my mom. I mean, she's a grinder. She was a softball coach, so I kind of grew up around the field. I grew up, I would go to preschool and end up back in the field after preschool. So I was just around the facility, and that's kind of here. Like, all the coaching staff's here. It's just like when I was a kid. Like I was, back at the facility, hanging out with the coaches, hanging out with the players. Like it's kind of like deja vu. I'm now older, and now I just live here and. Working out with all the guys, it's pretty fun.
Obviously, your last year, 4 years ago when you stepped on campus, do you ever find yourself having a conversation with that kid 4 years ago? And if so, what would you tell him? And then what would you tell the guys that's going to come in behind you that are looking to play at this level?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think about it all the time, like the person I become here, and a lot of that goes to the coaching staff and just the older players that I met my freshman year, and I try and instill that in the younger guys, and it's just like come full circle. And some of the lessons you learn here, like just from our coaches who've coached for a while, they have a lot of knowledge, and then also the older players, guys that I played under as a freshman that are now almost big leaguers. Like you learn a lot from them, and I think about it all the time.
What would you tell that younger Jacob Jarell 4 years ago?
I would tell him a lot of lessons, a lot of make sure you warm your body up, make sure you're smart about everything. But yeah, there's so many lessons I would tell him. Just like knowledge you get from doing it. You're here for 4 years. You learn so much about obviously baseball, but yourself.
Jacob, you talk about teaching the younger guys. Who are some of the freshmen that have caught your eye? Guys we're going to be learning about soon enough.
Yeah, I definitely like Jason Folds, Danny Nelson. Both of them could definitely play this year. I think Danny Nelson's going to be a big piece for us. Even guys that didn't play last year, I think that are kind of up and coming. Dane Moeller, son of a former big leaguer. I think he's going to really help us. So we're pretty deep on freshman arms, and that's fun because when we scrimmage, it's hard. These guys are really good. So I think those three.
Sorry if you've already been asked this, but the way last season ended, did that fold into your decision at all to come back for this year?
No. It happened, and obviously I'm back here, so I love this group. I love this university, and think things happen for a reason.
Was it much of a decision for you to be back here?
Not really. I think it was kind of forced upon me, but like I said, it's happened, and now we're back and we're prepping for the season. So.
Trevor Lawrence said after winning the national championship 2018 in an interview, you walk through the door, Christian Wilkins is not there, none of the four, the Power Rangers or anybody in your different lineup, and you go, okay, these guys, when you take a look at the guys that departed last year, the Cam Canarellas, the Reed Garrison, and those guys not walking through the door, what is your mental approach from that aspect, being a catcher, and how you dealt with last year going into this year?
Yeah, I don't really know if it's I obviously miss seeing those guys, but it's like we've reloaded. I feel like we're still really deep, and obviously you miss the guys that played here, but it's like, all right, next man up. Who did we get out of the portal? Who did we get in the freshman class? And I feel like we have a pretty good roster. So,
looking ahead a little bit, that Gamecock rivalry pretty early on in the season. How much does that light a fire under you guys playing that early on?
We definitely think about it, but obviously our main goal is Army. Like we're focused on Army. That's our first game, and that's their next game. So, when the time comes when the umpires show up in South Carolina, we head down to South Carolina. That's when we'll worry about it. So.
You talked about a couple sayings that you live by. Do you have a favorite Eric Backer saying that he says?
Do it in imitation in Backett style. How about?
I don't even know if I can do an imitation. There's so many.
We call those Backages.
Yeah, I would say my favorite saying is just go for no. He kind of like throws it in there, like especially when we're playing or like we have kind of like group meetings during the game. He'll be like, hey, we need to go for no right here. Like we need to, maybe lay down a bunt. Like this pitcher's dicing us. Like we need to score some runs. We need to get some guys on. We need to get some guys on. We need to score. Like just let's go for no. Like maybe let's steal third. But I think go for no, and that's like you know, you can say that for anything really. But that's one of my favorites with baggage.
How difficult is it for you to set up behind the plate knowing that the hidden ball trick might be pulled in a certain situation? How difficult is it for you to play that off to where it's not a giveaway?
It's definitely hard. I mean, luckily I've been a part of a few, but I trust the guys. I trust the pitchers. I trust the middle infielders. I trust, you know, whoever's at third or first, or I pretty much just trust our guys. And hopefully, I hope that I don't give it away. But we don't. I mean, it's more kind of improv. It's just like whatever happens. But yeah, I trust my guys out there. I hope that they
I'm not asking you to give anything away, obviously.
I hope they figure it out.
Playing catcher comes with a lot of wear and tear. How do you recover, and what kind of keeps you motivated to be available to catch every game?
Definitely the new facility over there. I mean, we have so many devices to help you, you know, stay healthy. I mean, we have red light beds, we have, you know, ice baths, hot tubs. Like, you know, our facilities here are great, and that helps me and a lot of our teams stay healthy. And that's, I mean, just the facilities here. You know, this community and this university pours into its athletes, and it's awesome, so that we can stay healthy and we can play and you know, play at our best.
Time for one more.
Well, give us an idea of what a mound visit from Jimmy Bellinger is like, without going into specifics. You know,
I mean, a lot of it's dependent on the person. Like, it's dependent on the pitcher, and that's where, like, you know, me and a lot of our catching staff, we try and get to know our pitchers. I mean, we hang out with them off the field. We really try and get to know who they are, so that when, you know, Coach Bellinger comes out, we can, you know, it's a three-way conversation that we're talking about how we're going to attack the next hitter or, you know, get out of this inning.
All right. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it.